Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to another girl talk, another pillow talk, real talk, the pink room. Yeah, I'm sorry, I done gave this thing like 4 different names. So y'all let me know which one y'all are vibing with. It was originally the pink room because obviously we're in the pink room, and it's still gonna be the pink room. That's the name of the playlist and everything. But these are very much girl talks, real talks, real talks, all that. I've been simplifying it just by calling it girl talk. So anyways, look at me trying to just have a whole processing session with y'all. So in my last video, I had talked about forgiving others and also forgiving yourself. But I think I went more into detail about forgiving yourself because I think that's really the start. You know, like in order to truly forgive other people is when you can forgive yourself. And I know there are some things that people have done that doesn't necessarily feel like it requires you to forgive yourself, but I think that ultimately there is this level of forgiving yourself that ties into forgiving others. And I'm just let the Lord, the Holy Spirit lead me on that because I feel that so deeply. Like we harbor so much maybe anger or animosity or just revenge towards someone that has hurt us, that now we are operating and moving in a way that is not true to us, that is not really uplifting us or growing us in a positive way. And so now we start moving and walking and operating in a way that comes off bitter, angry, insecure, and just not our true loving high version of ourselves. So I feel like even in that is a result of people hurting us and then turns into us having to forgive ourselves. There are some things that people have done that obviously are out of our control. And I know that forgiving other people can feel like they're getting away with it. I feel like other people that hurt you can think that it's okay what they did if you forgive them, or if you have, decided to continue being in a relationship with this person that has harmed you. And I really want to make sure we're clear on what forgiveness is, because forgiveness is not necessarily being back in relationship with this person. Forgiveness is not completely dismissing what this person did to you as a way to forgive them, and you still just kind of allow them to harm you over and over again. Now you're hurting your own self. And that's where also that self-forgiveness comes into. Forgiveness is acknowledging that this person has harmed you undeservingly, and in order to move on and move forward with your own heart intact, or at least to move forward to start your healing journey, you have to recognize that we are in a broken world. That's just simple in fact. I don't know how else to make it as plain and simple, because I think that some people may still feel like we're in make-believe land and nobody should be evil and nobody should hurt me. And baby, I hate to break it to you, we don't live in that kind of world. We don't live in that kind of world. Like, we live in a very sick, broken, and evil world. And I know that's like real blunt, but that's the truth. Of course, there's hope for humanity. There's hope for the greater good. There's hope for a better world. And if you are a believer, if you know your word, you kind of already know the fate of this world and humanity. So, and not saying that we don't have hope or faith for, better things or a better world. I just know that at the core root of the brokenness of this world is just broken people. So with walking on this earth with broken people, they're bound to hurt you. People are bound to disrespect you, mistreat you, abuse you, lie on you, betray you, do you dirty, play on your top, all kinds of things. People are willing and capable of doing these things to you. And it's tough because some of these things that people have done are unforgivable. Like being raped, being sexually assaulted, being physically, emotionally, spiritually abused, being taken advantage of. All of these are deep-rooted wounds. Even being lied on, being betrayed. You know what I'm saying? And so there are so many different types of wounds people can impart on you that you feel like they do not deserve your forgiveness. And like I said, forgiveness is a journey. So you have to, one, like I said, forgive yourself. And I think the reason why I say you have to forgive yourself is because certain people that have harmed us, we had an idea about them being great or being loving or being sweet. And so it kind of feels like we were like gullible, or we kind of feel like, damn, like this person really like did me nasty, did me dirty. Or we like try to hold on to this belief and this idea that they could never do us like that. But I think even in forgiving yourself is acknowledging, like, you know what, I put this person up here, when at the end of the day, human beings are not supposed to be placed on any kind of high pedestal, because they are bound to fail. They're bound to hurt you. So I forgive myself for even believing that you were beyond fracturing my heart, beyond wounding my heart, beyond causing any kind of pain and suffering in my life. I forgive myself for even thinking and believing and hoping that that was the case. And not saying that you just completely get rid of any hope and faith in humanity or your loved ones or people close to you that are right, that are good, and that are intentional. But this particular person that has wounded you, you've already put them at a place where you feel like they couldn't do you like that. And I think that it's hard for this truth to be shared for like younger people that may not really understand this truth. But as you get older, you'll realize it. Like for kids that are vulnerable, for people that have been raped, girl. And I mean, there are some things that I feel like with forgiving yourself on with that, I don't even know thoroughly how to speak on that, so I won't, because I don't want to speak on what I don't know. I have been a victim of some sexual form of abuse and assault, and I know for me, my experience was that I overlooked the red flags with this person, because usually most forms of sexual assault occur with people that you actually know, that you're close to, and which is that's just sad. But yeah, that was how I experienced my trauma, my wound. And for me, my mistake was thinking that this person was not what I knew in my spirit they were. Ugh, we betray our spirit every time. So forgiving yourself for betraying yourself, for me, that's for me. Now there are some people that have been raped by people they don't even know. They've been abused by people they don't even know. And that one's different. That one's, you know, again, I'm not gonna speak too much on what I don't know, but for those that can resonate with what I'm speaking on, as far as forgiving yourself and forgiving others for the pain that they've caused in your life, recognize that, and y'all probably have heard this time and time again, forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for you. And like, I'm so for real, and I know that it just feels like, okay, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, this person just fucked me over. This person really harmed me. They really traumatized the shit out of me. They really ruined my life. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. Trust me, I know. I get it. I'm here with you. Like, we're on the same track. I get it. I get it. 100%. Just taking a deep breath, a deep sigh for that collective understanding of being wounded by people that we thought would never do us like that. So I get it. I get it. And to harbor anger, resentment, bitterness towards this person, you guys heard this all before. It just continues to keep you stuck in a prison. It continues to keep you stuck. It continues to keep you down bad. It continues to keep you angry and resentful and revengeful, bitter, all of that. They done moved on with their life. They done carried on. And you sitting here still angry, bitter. You're wanting a resolve or a resolution. You're wanting that vindication. You're wanting that revenge for what this person has done. You're wanting an apology. You're wanting them to come and say, I'm sorry. And sometimes they may never do that. Sometimes they may never come back and right their wrongs with you. Some do. And you're still harboring a lot of anger. And even in that, it shows you that sometimes their apology isn't enough because it's not about them. Yes, it's about what they did. And it's about how you're going to move forward. Yeah, what they did was trash. It was shitty. It was hurtful. It was harmful. It was traumatizing. It debilitated me and paralyzed me for a long time. Whether it's weeks, months, years, or for a lifetime. But when you are able to, because it's a process, right? It's a process to go through the grief. You have to allow yourself to grieve. You have to allow yourself to be sad and cry and be angry and be bitter and all the feelings. But that's something you got to work within you and yourself and God. You got to work that out in your journal with the Lord in prayer, with a therapist. Because at the end of the day, no amount of apologies or righting their wrongs from this person will undo the damage that they've done. It might help a little bit, it might soften, your heart a little bit, but that doesn't actually change the damage that has happened in your heart. You have to now start doing this work. What happened? How did this incident even occur? Why did this incident occur? What was going on in their life? What was going on in their world? How do they operate as a person? Who are they? What is their spirit like? Why was I in a relationship with them? Like, asking yourself all these questions to get to a place of really, truly understanding. And just being real. Just be honest. Be honest, right? Be honest. Sometimes we've caused our own suffering allowing certain people in our lives that we know we shouldn't have been in a relationship with. We've caused our own suffering by hoping and believing that this person will change yet again. Knowing damn well they done kept showing you the same old bullshit story of their lives to you. And you keep trying to hope for something better. Baby, God done gave you 17 billion signs. Slapped you upside your head 1,000 times about it too. And you still keep running back. Pure delusion. Pure toxicity. Right? So that's again where the self-forgiveness comes to then also forgive them. But then there are those people that, baby, I was just minding my motherfucking business. And boom, somebody hit me. And now I'm paralyzed for life. That one's different. That's a different type of pain. What do? Do you hold on to the anger hoping that this person that you don't know, or maybe you do know, comes back and redeems all that? They can't do it. That's something only you and the Lord can work out. So like I said, the work looks like praying to God, being real, going through the process of grief. You have to allow yourself to feel it to get through it. And once you allow yourself to feel it, that's when you start getting clarity and God starts giving you wisdom and lessons that you need to learn from that experience. That's it. It sounds easy, but it's hard work because you have to face yourself. You have to face the situation and maybe re-traumatizing you, re-triggering. I know it's uncomfortable. You just want to put it behind you, keep it moving. But you put it behind you, you don't solve it, you don't go through it, you don't process through it. Now you're wounded and damaged. And what do they say about hurt people? They hurt people. So if you're all wounded and damaged on the inside because of what other people in your past have done, you just gonna continue to be someone that causes damage and wounds onto other people, as well as causing it up on yourself, because you're not learning the lessons. You're not taking time to understand why this happened, or why did I go through this, or why did this have to be part of my story, or just even crying and being sad about, I hate that this happened to me, I hate that this is my reality, I hate that I'm dealing with this shit. Really just be real and raw with yourself about that. You have to. That's the only way that's the only way through. That's the only way through. People are nasty. People are broken. People are insecure. People are they want to see you down. So people are willing to step on top of you, do you dirty, do you nasty. I know it firsthand. And that's hurtful. Because you don't have that same type of heart. In your mind, you're not even thinking like that about certain people. You're just trying to carry on and move on with love. Whereas people are plotting against you. I get it. I know it firsthand. But for somebody to even be that pressed about you, to see you down, to hurt you, to fuck you up, to traumatize you, to abuse you, and not that they even want. Sometimes they really want to. They know what they're doing. Sometimes they don't even know what the fuck they're doing. But either way, they have to be just as down bad to want to see you down. They have to be so insecure, so broken, so fucked up on the inside that they want to fuck you up, that they want to hurt you, that they want to cause pain and suffering into your life. You have to be so messed up and sick on the inside to even think that moving like that on somebody else is right. So when you start to get that kind of perspective of people that hurt you, again, it doesn't make it necessarily easier, but it is a way to refrain. And not even refrain, but see the truth of the situation. Because that's the truth. There's no way a secure person that knows themselves, loves themselves, respect people, will ever intentionally harm you like that. And then because we are human beings, we are bound to hurt people unintentionally or intentionally. But if someone is truly righteous and truly trying to move right, if they recognize that they've harmed you, or you come and communicate to them, because sometimes people don't even realize that they've hurt you. So you have to also put your big girl pants up on and confess and communicate that, yeah, what you did to me was fucked up and you hurt me. Now, if they're really true and right, they will make sure they try to do what they can to apologize, make it right, you know, what it is that they need to do to make peace in the situation. And even in them doing that, may not even truly bring that peace and resolve that you're looking for, because that only happens within yourself. And I'm not saying them apologizing or trying to make it right doesn't fix it, because that can actually very much help. It does feel nice when someone can acknowledge, like, damn, like, I didn't know I did that to you, I'm sorry. I would love to, you know, make things right. Yeah, it feels good, but at the end of the day, the damage is still being done. The only way you can get through it is by doing your work. Like I said, grieving, processing, asking the questions, prayer, journaling, going to a therapist. Depending on how deep the wound is, it may not take all this extra stuff, but you know the level of your wound. You know the level of your trauma. So you have to sit here and do the work. Forgive yourself, whatever that looks like. Have an understanding and worldview of who you are and how people are in general. And then you're able to see, okay, you know what? I believe this thing about you. I believe that you could be this. And not saying that you aren't a good person, but I don't need to put people on a high pedestal. I can't expect that people are not bound to fail or hurt my heart. Or I knew I shouldn't have been around you anyway. That's my bad. I know I shouldn't. My spirit was telling me and warning me about you from jump, and I just ignored it because I wanted to, you know, give you the benefit of the doubt. And baby, one thing I know about the benefit of the doubt is there is no benefit in the doubt. I've learned that one for sure. There is no benefit in the doubt. So stop doing that. Stop giving people or situations or opportunities that benefit of the doubt. If you already have a doubt about it, that tells you something. Now, of course, you know, take it to the Lord, because sometimes people struggle with the imposter syndrome or struggling with believing that they're deserving of good things, and that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But as far as like what your spirit is telling you, you know it, you just be ignoring it. So I truly believe that it's going to be a lot of people in this life that we have to forgive. 100%. Like, we all think that, okay, I've been through the worst of the worst pain, and you only 22. I ain't even seen nothing yet, girl. And I mean, I'm speaking like I'm just such an old head or anything, but I feel like that's life. Like, life is going to be a bunch of valleys and mountaintops. And in those valleys and in those mountaintops, you will experience wounds. And because we walk on this earth with other human beings that are broken, insecure, or at least trying to live righteously, but we still have flaws in the way we move. And 99% of the time, we're going to have to be around people. They're going to hurt us. Yeah. That's part of life. So go ahead and start learning how to do that forgiveness work now. Because you're going to have to use that tool. You're going to have to pull it out that toolbox a couple of times in this lifetime. For sure. Yeah. And it gets easier. I feel like this is just my projection. Because again, I'm young. I haven't lived life long enough to really see. And I'm still just learning these lessons myself. But I think that if we're actively practicing it, actively putting into practice what we're learning from the process of doing our work, then forgiving people becomes kind of like second nature. It becomes a habit. It becomes like, yeah, I expected that. Like, you're a human being. You're gonna hurt me. So now I know how to move going forward with you. Or now I know how to even place you in my heart. Or even from jump, before people can even truly wound you so deeply. You know, and I'm not saying you gotta start having walls up before you get to know someone that could truly be a benefit in your life. But you just kind of already going with an intention, and you go in with the mentality knowing that people are bound to hurt you. So how are you going to move when that happens? Not if, but when, because it happens. If you're going to be in a relationship, you're going to experience it. That's simple as fact. That's it. So I'm going to challenge you to take time to think about that one person or that one situation that you find so hard to let go or forgive them for. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Be real. Be honest. Don't be doing no fake fluff. Nah, you can only heal what you're real about. Yeah, you can only heal what you reveal. So be truthful, be real. Yeah, what this person did to me was fucked up. They did X, Y, and Z, and it really fucked up my whole entire sense of self and the way I believe in myself. And be real. Be real. Cry that shit out. Like, release it. Be mad, be sad in the presence of the Lord. Don't be taking it out on other folk. Really just release it. And then start asking the Lord, what, like, help me understand. Teach me. What am I supposed to get out of this? What am I supposed to learn? What are you trying to teach me about myself, about people, about life? And it's a process, okay? This may take a few days, a few weeks, maybe a few months, even some years. But as long as you're actively doing that work, you're going to see it on the other side. You're going to see that glory on the other side, that freedom, that peace. So I hope that was helpful, honey, because it was helpful for me. It was just a reminder that this is a work that I'm going to have to actively always do as long as I'm alive. and as long as I'm in a relationship with people. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I love you. See y'all in my next video.